A big hello to everyone. Here in London, it's Friday, except due to the lockdown, the days aren't that differentiated. As we know, the pandemic has spread to all four corners of the world. So much of the world has been under lockdown. I hope the positive that comes out of this is that we realize we're one human race and we face similar challenges. And when it comes to disease, doesn't matter where you are in the world or who you are, the consequences are the same. Now, I think our world is facing the biggest challenge which is poverty at the moment. There's such a huge discrepancy between rich and poor. 50% of the world's population lives below the poverty line, and 1% has 50% of the world's wealth. Not only do they have 50% of the world's wealth, they're predicted to get richer, and that 1% eventually will have 75% of the world's wealth. Well, obviously this is not sustainable. And when it comes to other global issues like education, environment, I think before you can solve them, you need to solve the problem of poverty. A person needs to survive and be able to sustain themselves before they start thinking about getting an education or being more environmentally friendly. One lady who's working hard to solve some of these problems is Surbihi. She was kind enough yesterday to give us a talk about her company, the Art Exotica. Surbihi wants to support poor women in rural India by selling their handicrafts all around the world. And I think there's something very valuable in handmade things as opposed to items made from machines. Unfortunately, big corporations these days try to get everything at the lowest price, and that involves a lot of exploitation. And, I'll admit, perhaps I'm guilty because perhaps I sometimes go to buy something and I look for the cheapest price, and I'm one of the people who is sustaining this kind of economy. But I think if we think about it, we can all make a small difference. And it's not just about making other people live better lives. I think it's better for the world economy. You probably know the story of Henry Ford in 1914. His factory workers went on strike asking for higher wages. As the story goes, Henry Ford said to them, "I can get machines to do your work. I don't need you." But the factory workers said, "But can your machines buy your cars?" Apparently this changed Henry Ford's mind, and he doubled his factory workers' wages. This set something in motion, the creation of the American middle class, and it made the American economy go from strength to strength. So when you empower people, when you raise them out of poverty, you create consumers. And right now, 50% of the world's population is struggling to survive. Can you imagine if they were consumers, the difference it would make? And I think we can all contribute to this just by making better choices, buying fair trade items when we go shopping. And I, for one, have started to make that choice and support companies that they themselves support fair trade. I mean, for most of us, that's the difference of sometimes a few pennies. Really, it's not that hard. So I really hope that I hope that we're gonna make a difference this year. And eventually, one day, poverty will be a thing of the past. Have a lovely weekend. See you soon.